What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Big Rich, back with you again this week. Hey, we got a hot show for you tonight. We got Judge Thomas G. Jones back in the house with us again. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves.
Hey, y'all, I'm your girl, Crystal Love.
I am Thomas G. Jones, your judge in the Justice of the Peace Court, Precinct 1, Place 1.
Lessons and greetings, it's Dr. Renee.
Hey, y'all, that's right. We got Judge Jones back with us. Say, man, that was a election, wasn't it? Came out on top.
All by the grace of God.
Right. So what's gonna be different or what's new this term?
Well, this term, there are new laws as it relates to an eviction case. And a squatter, someone who has possession of your property without your permission. And there's a shortcut of going through, giving a notice to vacate. Then you take time to have that party served and come to court. You can come with a squatter, someone that's in your property without your permission, and you can go straight to the constable's office and tell the constable that we don't have a lease with them, we have no business with them, they're on my property without my consent, I want them out.
Right. I got a quick. I came up there to see you. I think it was around just after lunch, and wasn't crowded, but it was a nice sized crowd. People waiting to be seen, but everything was moving. So is there any time people come to the plane, man, it's too crowded here. I can't never see anybody. I mean, it was some people in there, but the line was moving and people were being seen. Is that a complaint you get?
Not really. The complaint that we get is answering the telephone. And people value their time to read it also. But it's difficult to have someone standing in front of your building and you're trying to assist that citizen, then there's someone calling on the phone. So we have 8 positions on the front. And if you're there by midday, early morning, all 8 lines are good.
Right.
And we try to service that person that's standing there in front of the clerk, in addition to the one who's on the telephone. Okay. Now, with all that, we still, by the grace of God, managed to have the busiest court in Dallas County, not in the state of Texas. In the year of 2024, we adjudicated more than 36,000, not 3,600, 36,000 cases.
Right.
No one came close to it. Now, some people, when they have to wait 5 minutes, even more, they will complain, and they have the right to do so. And I think now last week, I had the staff to post, if you have a complaint, do this. But we want to improve service. We want to serve people. And that's what we're there for.
Right. And I want to ask everybody this, including you, Judge. What can we do? Regular citizens, whether we're in the district or not, but we are citizens in the state of Texas, in Dallas County, Tarrant County, whatever. Chris, I'm starting with you, Judge. As a citizen, we want to come help out the precinct we're in or the city we're in. What is it that I do as just a regular citizen? Who would we need to go talk to? If there's somebody says, man, I want to help, but I don't know where to go.
Volunteer work?
Yeah, just volunteer or community action group. And I'm saying that because we got a big community partners impact event on July 11th. And we're trying to let people know how you can be of service to your community. If you're tired of seeing what's going on in your community, your neighborhood, your area, how can I help? Where do I need to go to get to help?
I think one of the first steps one would take is to find out who the elected official out of that area and meet with them and try to work with that official, he or she, and to say what the needs are and see, because the resources will come from that elected official, from that office holder. They should welcome that opportunity. We welcome the opportunity to have citizens come in and work with us. But we have to be mindful now that when we have the personal private information, we got to protect that.
Mhm.
And so we cannot, even though out of your heart you want to volunteer, there's certain information has to be restricted.
Right.
If not, we're about to violate the law.
Right.
But our community need people to volunteer to come in.
So, Crystal, I mean, I know you want to go into the addiction field. So, I mean, along with that, what else do you see yourself doing in the community? You know, just making a change.
Well, I always wanted to go to the courts that have the court programs for addiction, and you know the court program you was in.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a success story. You know what I'm saying? And so I would like to go into. I've always wanted to like go back to, especially the one that I graduated from.
Mm-hmm.
Because I graduated in relapse.
Mhm.
I graduated in relapse a year later,
Mhm.
but then it took me 7 years to get back on track to where I am today. So I've always wanted to do that, go back into the court programs and, tell my story of how I became to be who I am and all the struggles and adversities I had to conquer to become the woman that I am today. And I did it out. The seed was planted from the court program.
Okay.
And from the recovery rehab I was in, but seed was planted.
Dr. Renee?
Somehow I was on.
Well, y'all know that I am the CEO and founder of Sisterhood Through God's Plan Ministries, which is a Christian nonprofit organization. And it's based solely on women who are survivors of domestic violence and homelessness. So one thing that we do that I would like to incorporate with other nonprofits or courts or whoever it may be, during Christmas time, I make bags. And in those bags, I include my personal book, along with other Christian inspirations, just jewelry, little things that can help women. And we normally go down to one of the domestic violence shelters and we donate over 50 bags every year. This is what we do every year. And so just being able to get out into the community more, not just in one location, but to be able to hit a generation of places, and just be able to pour into other people, because a lot of times, a lot of the what do y'all call it in the court? Squatting. A lot of that comes from women who've lost themselves, who are dealing with the adversity of abuse, neglect, or solely dependent on a man and don't know how to regain financial stability for themselves. And so being able to be a beacon of light for someone to see that this isn't the end of your story. You know, there's sun on the other side of this pain. So just being able to get out into the community more and network with people would definitely open a lot of opportunities.
Doctor, how would I know about your program? The reason I raised that point, last week, we had a case, an eviction case, where the young lady had been abused by the young man. I mean, yet, and she broke down in the courtroom that crying. I said, damn, have you filed charges? Huh? Have you filed charges? You don't deserve to be beat on. You should have gotten your last buck whipping at home. Not be in a relationship where someone take advantage of you and physically abuse you. You know, that young lady, so I had Miss Lisa Cowboy out of Concord to get with that young lady so we can try to get some assistance for her. And to get her out of that dead end situation where she felt like she needed a man so bad. She was not first choice.
Yeah. Is that, I always wonder, but not always wonder, like the difficulty of that, where a woman or man, oh, y'all ain't told me nothing. And now I'm down here, y'all either gonna send me to jail or evict me. I ain't heard nothing. Judge Jones, y'all ain't did nothing. you know, and you're on the bench and you're like, hey man, we sent out letters, we sent out phone call, we sent out this, and then the truth comes out. Well, I have a drug problem, or well, I'm a victim of domestic abuse. Does that help them get any more time? Or is that what you're talking about, like a program when that happens? Because I know a lot of people who are probably are sexually abused, domestic, don't admit it right away. So for fear of whatever, humiliation. So is there another recourse when that happens?
Recourse for the young lady.
Yeah, or man, they've been, you see them or they come down, and we may know it's a problem, but until they've admitted it's a problem, I didn't get a letter, or y'all never called, or I'm just getting served. And then by the time they get to court, now they're admitting the truth of, well, I've been in an abusive relationship, or I do have a substance abuse problem. Is there any other recourse, or it's just the wheel, the motion has started?
And I probably don't know how to respond to that. But in this particular case we had last week,
Mm-hmm.
there was a young lady needed some assistance. She needed shelter. She needed food. She needed someone she could talk to. Personally, I can't provide that, but I have a resource from Miss Calloway,
Mm-hmm.
who took the young lady, talked with her, and advised her that the system can't do anything if you don't do something for yourself.
No.
And doing something for yourself involves filing that complaint on the person who physically abused you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the worst thing you cannot do is speak up.
Right.
Right. The worst thing you cannot do is speak up. And I know that's the hardest thing for us to do, women to do, or men, but predominantly women to do when they get in the situation is to speak up. Once I've spoken up, now I have it on paper with the police department. You know what I'm saying? Once I done told my neighbor, once I done told a family member, now it's on record that, okay, he has been doing this, you know what I'm saying? But not saying nothing and only waiting for me, only waiting when the time comes. Because now y'all finna put me away. Now y'all finna take away this. Now I'm finna cry out wolf. Not saying that it's wolf, but that's what it looks like. Or what this is what I've been going through. But I have no record, no recollection of that been going through. It's the hardest thing to do is to speak up.
I agree. I think it's called runaway, right? And your runaways become a hindrance in what you need to achieve.
Right.
Because again, like we've always touched on distractions. When you're afraid to face what you think you need and you're losing at it, you become a runaway. You become a runaway, and now you start trying to find resources that will allow you, better saying, will handicap you from being able to really recover and provide for yourself.
Right.
Because you have to pay rent, you need food, you got to pay your utilities, you got to do certain things, but you want to be handicapped by the system so that it buys you time, because in this particular instance, you're dealing with so much that you don't even know where to start. You don't know where to turn.
Right.
And a lot of it is because you have trust issues. And trust issues mainly become from those relationships because it breaks you down to the point where it's hard for you to believe. If you love somebody this much and they would do that to you, what would somebody who you don't know do to you?
Yeah.
All right. So y'all, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
And every time I don't leave when I should have left. Hey y'all, welcome back, welcome in. Here's our host, Rich, Big Rich.
All right, say we're back with a special guest, Judge Thomas G. Jones. Judge, I want to poke some fun at the constable down there. I went in there to see her, and I was just, and she came right out, and I went back there. I told her, I said, man, you got a big old office. I was like, boss. I said, man, she's like, oh, stop. But it's real easy to go down there and talk to you or her, any other constables down there, anybody down there, down there, might even run into commissioner, he might be down there. So is that an excuse you hear that maybe y'all are not accessible enough?
No, and the reason why, because we are accessible. We are there to serve people. And I tell people, you don't need an appointment, but you must understand if you come and I'm on the bench, I have to wait until there's a break in the case that I'm hearing. Because the case that I'm hearing is just as important as what you're trying to see me.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't turn anyone away.
Right.
We will let you in.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Oh, don't get started. The election. Saw a lot of stuff you did on social media and things like that. A lot of organizations and groups supported you.
Some didn't.
Some did. The candidate you were running against, of course, she's been around a long time.
I was not running.
No, you weren't running against her. Just you, they were running against you.
Yeah.
So I want to say that one of the things that probably stood out the most was your time and experience on the bench. And I don't think maybe people do. I'm saying how important is that
Experience.
Yeah.
Experience is important.
Mm.
You have to be familiar with the law. And I don't know it all, but I tell people that one has the knowledge is going what that I don't know. The resources where I can go look up and get information that I need to make an informed decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. Because what people don't know, you're like you see me with that robe on.
Mm-hmm.
People think, oh, he's a judge. No, there are no problem. But they don't know what I went through to get to where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Coming from one of the poorest families in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Georgia Road, elementary school, James Mountain High School. Grew up in an area, had no paved street, no street lights, no running water.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine leaving a rural area in Dallas, going to the city park, and my bathroom was the toilet. You know, the little house.
Yeah.
Behind the big house.
Mm-hmm.
And every day when we got off that long bus to Georgia Road, kids were waiting, city kids were waiting to laugh at when we got off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom and dad, the law said broken family. I said, then
Mm-hmm.
come from a broken family. But by the grace of God, we worked together. Like I say, we didn't have any running water. So if we wanted water, had to go out and get a pump in the summertime and pick cotton there. There was some. I mean, just go down and list all of the negative things. But there was one constant that was in our family, that the presence of Jesus Christ.
Right.
That kept us going each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
And without the presence of the Lord in our life, never would have made it.
And that brings me to my next call. We talk about that a lot on the show, faith. So for all of us, Christmas story, how your faith kept you going? You know, I know what your heart, you want to keep writing books and books. So faith, how does your faith keep you going?
Faith is at times, faith in the Lord is at times the only thing I have. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind and disease of addiction tells me that I'm not worth it. Tells me I know what I'm doing. I'm not worthy. of this life, you know. And so, but my faith reaffirms me and pushes me to keep going. When I have doubt in myself and I want to give up, it's the faith that keeps me going, and the hope. Faith and hope goes hand in hand.
Oh, it's on me. Well, you know, for me, faith is my outlet. That's where my source, my strength, my everything comes from. If I'm not plugged into the outlet, then I'm just no good because faith has carried me. I think I want to share this. I sat in with you yesterday, and I realized something. I've been an addict of love for over 24 years. I've been chasing love the wrong way. And in a moment, God asked me something. Are you ready to heal? Are you really ready to heal? Because you've been balancing yourself and your thoughts with faith, right? You keep saying you want love, you know love, you need love. But when love approaches you, do you really identify with it? Can you relate to it? If I didn't have the faith that was instilled in me as a child up until now, I wouldn't be who I am to a lot of people. So your faith is the substance of things seen, the evidence of things hoped for. So although I'm hoping for love, my faith is sustaining me that love will truly find.
How's your faith at 81 versus 40?
That's a big leap. Huge.
No, if the two of us were by ourselves, our answer was
Oh, I'm so curious to know now. I'm so curious to know now.
but since we have mixed company,
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't gonna share
yeah.
Boy, that's crazy.
But it's good you brought that up because our Sunday school lesson yesterday was like to keep the faith. And when you see some of the things that we see in the court when we're dealing with that eviction, dealing with the credit card debt, where people have gotten in over their head financially, and they didn't have the finances right, and then they're in trouble to come to the court, and it's difficult for many to hold on to your faith while you're going through a trying situation.
Yes, it is.
When you can't see your way out.
Uh-huh.
You hit bottom too deep. But you're trying to work your way out. And faith is easy when everything is going on. It's easy.
Praying is too.
But when you get in those challenging situations and you don't see an end, you know, you get to the end of the rope, time not anything. And when you don't see any change, I didn't sign up for it. You know, I just want that. That's when you faith. You know. That's when you really find out that you got faith. And so my faith right now is strong. You brought up that election earlier, and you know I have a lot of respect for all of the participants that were in that race. But I think we all are children of God. I tell people, I'm convinced the way we prevail was the fact that I went to God and prayed. My daughter and I went to God and you said, all of us are children of God, not going to favor one over the other. But how strong is your faith? You know, and so I said, we're going to pray about it, then go to work. So that's why we're sitting here today. And you said, did we want a challenge? No, we don't want it. You know, but you don't know how people are going to vote. You don't know where all the money's coming from. to have the funds, to raise the funds. And that's where I think, and I told my dog every time I got nervous, you know, stomach was trying. Oh my goodness. God would send something, somebody to let me know he was still in charge.
Right.
And so my faith is strong.
Mhm.
And I tell people all the time, and in an elected office, what you have to put a plan together that'll work. Then you work the plan.
Right.
If you do that, you win.
And, you know, I always say all the time, my faith, you know, is free from hope. You know, I was working, I hope I could do it and turn it into faith. And then the program, you know, when they say, you know, today I have faith in someone who believes in me. So I got to be around those type of people. And my man, he said it so good last night. He said, man, you got to be around people with pump on with your name on. You got to be around those type of people. So my faith is that I'm supposed to be around those type of people. Those type of people who are going the way, you know, who are doing the things that I'm doing. And I don't have no problem saying it. You know, so you know, you ain't going the way I'm going. Not that I'm better than you or nothing like that. But when you done messed out much time out of messed up, you know, over 20 something years, you know, that, and I say it all the time, all that other stuff is not, you know, I say it all the time, oh man, I'll snap. No, it's not an option. Man, I'll do this. No, it's not an option. The only option I got is to keep living right. You know, keep good all in direction. Do I get it perfect? No. But that's my goal. But nothing else is an option. You know, when I get the times I make it and nothing else, man, I'll do this to him. I'll just buy it. It sounds good. That's a fantasy. You know, that's a delusion. You know, because I got too much to lose today. You know, and my faith in God, even my faith in other people to do the right thing. You know, and does it work out all the time? Depending on, not because people are human, we fall short.
People are
Yeah.
All we can do is just hope, though. Hope they gonna do the right thing.
Hope they gonna do the right
Hope they
thing.
gonna do the right thing.
I got to quit. When I went and voted, at City Hills already. And I think I waited till the last day. I think I waited till. And I got there before I went to work. So it was about 3:00. And so I asked the lady, I said, well, how did the turnout then? And she pointed me at the counter, and I think I was number 34. So what do you know what the turnout was for the election? Was it good, bad, and different compared to other elections?
It was, I don't know the final group itself, but I think in our race, I think we pulled in some 17,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think Judge Nash said she pulled in 12. So we did better than 20,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But people don't realize the power
Mm-hmm.
that if you see it now, you see your vote is your vote.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't exercise your right to vote, you giving in to get people into office that won't represent our community. And that's where we have to be. Some of it, and I'm going to get in trouble
Mm-hmm.
when I say this, but it's the reality. Some office holders, elected officials, are in it for themselves,
Right.
not for the people.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. Being serving for people. And I hear each one of us talking about God in our life. We take some examples from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about what people there that office used to serve people. Well, that's what an elected official is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
represent the people, not him or herself,
Mhm.
but to represent the people and the issues they have in their community. And if we can't do that, we don't deserve to be in office.
Right.
You know, one of the things you may not know, I did 5 years on the Dallas School Board.
Mhm.
My campaign was that I'm going to make 5 black people, not minorities, 5 black
Mhm.
millionaires. Because people think the school district is about education in the school.
Mhm.
It's about getting contracts
Right.
to the print. And that's what the majority on the school board, Dallas School Board, that's what they were doing over the years.
Mhm.
And then when we got an opportunity to do that, and I'll submit to you now, that one of the strongest advocates for black business people in Dallas served on the Dallas School Board. That's Joyce Storm. I mean, she picked up the mantle.
Right.
And moving forward, it's perfect. No. But in terms of having love and concern for the children that go to the school,
Right.
that's Joyce.
Right.
And I'm not knocking anybody up.
Right.
But I know that Joyce is doing it tremendous for.
Right.
For the black business community. See, the school district, they don't just about school, they got grants, asphalt,
Right.
water,
Right.
all those things. And they contract on with that. Yeah, and so African American, ethnic minority, get an opportunity to make some serious money
Mhm.
from the school district and provide the service.
All right. Okay. Jan.
Why,
Go
why
ahead.
you're thinking that I mentioned
Yeah.
this, it's not over this election.
Mhm.
November's coming.
Yeah.
And so we have campaign. And so what I'm saying to, there was a group one time, once you called the Staples Center,
Mhm.
and neighbors Staples said, let's do it again.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna have to do. In November, we have to do it again.
Right.
So we're gonna be campaigning, going out into the community, reaching out to people,
Mhm.
let the people know that our community is under attack from the Republican Party.
Right.
You know, they have found some people that look like us.
Mhm.
People that look like us to run as Republicans
Mhm.
in our black community.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I call them wolves and sheep clothing.
Mhm.
But they're only there for the Republican Party. Not for the-
Right. Right.
And if we don't get out the vote, they'll do it.
Do it. Right. Right.
We've got to turn our community.
Right. And that's what two partners with the channel, Nick and Tanya Dangerfield, they're religiously they're just doing a lot. Well, probably have them on sometime this week or early next week. A lot of times we always focus on what's wrong, the problem. What's right? What's going right? What's going right?
The doctor's about to tell you.
Yeah, what's going right? What's going right?
You just told me I was on my side. Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I can only tell you from my perspective. Every day you get up, you get another chance to do what you didn't get to do the day before. That's what's right.
Yeah.
If you're not dwelling on what was wrong, then you're moving to fix the problem. That's what's right. We can't look at the community and expect change when we are the community that we're looking at and nobody's taking action. Right? That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's wrong, is it really a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Or when it's right, is it really a problem?
Mm-hmm.
When it's wrong, is it really a problem? And when it's right, is it really a problem?
What's right in the community, Crystal? What just on a daily basis. When I'm on the way to work, on the way to group, or on the way to wherever, what's right? And what can I say? Somebody say, man, I'm coming to Dallas. I'm coming to Oak Cliff. Tell me something good.
Well, I know they saying thank God Crystal ain't out there terrorizing the community no more. I know they're very excited about that. I know they're very excited that Crystal is on this side of the grass, you know, and Crystal ain't out there terrorizing the community in the streets no more. I know they're very happy about that. But there's a lot going on in Dallas, you know, there really is, you know. That's why when people say, I can't find a guy. Really? Really? Like, cause I got a record and I can find a job. You know what I'm saying? It's like my husband always want to say, my husband always say he want to go, I'm tired of Texas. I want to get out of Texas. I want to see somewhere else. I ain't seen all of Texas. Hell, I ain't seen all of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? There's only some corners that I've seen in Dallas, you know? There's a lot, like, what's that new park?
Judge Road.
That down there at Newport. Yeah.
By the zoo?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. I love it. It is a beautiful place to visit. You know what I'm saying? To bring the kids or just to go by yourself, you know, and inside they have all of this history about that area that it used to be back in the day, and from starting from like way back in the 1900s to all the way up to now, how this area has changed and evolved over the time. I learned some history right there because I don't know nothing about that area, you know. So if I was telling somebody to by coming to Dallas, man, I would definitely tell them that, you know, it's a lot to see in Dallas. You might need to get out of the neighborhood that you live in. There's a lot to see in Dallas. A lot of places to see in Dallas. And that's all I know.
What about you, Bill?
But some of the things that's right is that I can see many of our leaders. I can see many of our leaders reaching out to the young people,
Right.
Trying to bring them along, because that's who's going to replace us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a challenge. And, you know, people say, well, who are you grooming to take your place when you leave?
Mm-hmm.
And some politicians have tried that, and the people they were grooming turned around and ran against them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's something that must be done. We need it, but you got to be very careful of who is involved with, who you bring along with you. That's what the faith and hope come in.
Right.
That the people you are attempting to mentor, that they
I think a lot of times I'm out and look around and I said, oh man, this over here, this neighborhood, these dudes, these people. But but I'm always kind of strengthened when I see the black businesses that we have. I stop and I'm like, oh, this is a black business. Yeah. Oh man, this is a black business. You know, I'm always like, oh, okay. And I try to talk to the owner or somebody there in charge and let them know I know what it's like. You know, I don't care how long they've been in business. I mean, it's been, you know, it's just, that's always kind of uplifting when I go somewhere and find out that this is a black-owned business. Especially for me, a veteran-owned business, you know, a black veteran-owned business. So I'm always grateful for that. But, you know, the things that are
A lot of resources.
yeah, that are right. We do have a lot of resources.
Got a lot of resources.
We do have we have a lot of people here that are in the know, you know, and if you just stuck in your own little circle, then you never meet these people.
Yeah.
You know, you never meet these people.
have you been to Breakfast Brothers?
I just wanted to play. I was just gonna say that I bank at Frost Bank right there, and I went next door and I said Breakfast Brothers, and they right here. They right here up there. They right here in the mall. So I will probably be over there tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm lost. What is Breakfast Brothers?
I heard it's real good.
Yeah, started breakfast. They do
Two Black Brothers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They right
it's real
here.
good,
They
yeah.
right up here.
I picked up an Uber from there one time, but I never ate there before.
Right across from
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. They right, yeah.
I'm so out of touch with the area.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources in Dallas. That's one thing. There's They hand out clothes. My job alone, we give out donations every day.
Mhm.
Donations. The new building I'm in, we give out donations every day. It ain't small donations. Like we pull, it's called expired food. It's not expired. It's just shelf wise expired. And you know, so we ship out food every 30 minutes to people. So it can only live on the shelf for so long before we have to replace it with some other stuff. And we got these two donation places. One is a church and one is, I forget what the other one is. They come every other day to pick up our donations.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of food. So, and it's also church, it's among churches, domestic shelters. There's so many resources that I found since I've been in recovery this time around,
Mhm.
right? That I wasn't aware of prior to
Mhm.
coming. But there's a lot of resources in Dallas, man, for a lot of help.
Then what about a resource for people who, serious reason, can't pay their rent? They need money.
I know some churches will help you with that, but again, yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, you have to be in the church and paying tithes to the church. You know, most times you can just walk up in the church and ask for help, and that church might help you. But you know, like when my sister's house burned down, I belonged to a church. I paid tithes to that church, and I was a member of that church. So they helped me with some finances to help get to my sister. You know what I'm saying? I also seen that same church help people buy cars, help their kids go to college, tuition funds, help people with their rent. That same church.
So it's needed for the rent, you know.
So
But you gotta be a member, because you
I
just
have
can't
a
walk,
question.
you know what I'm saying? You just can't. I
have a
believe you gotta be a
question.
member, I'm not sure.
Because by you being in the court system, y'all don't have like people that come in and like give you a list of charities or churches
Right.
or organizations.
No, we
And-
have to research and find.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have to research.
Y'all should have the resources on hand.
If it's easy to walk into your court and say, I want to give $10,000.
Oh, they can do that.
I want to give. That's where it becomes right? But nowadays, everybody's behind a screen. Everybody wants to go through the websites and connect to
Mhm.
what's popular. No, come back to the community. Come back to the communities that are struggling and make yourself accessible and known that, hey, I have resources, I have clothes, I have shelters, I have food, I have education, whatever it is.
Right, and that's what we're gonna do at our community event. We're gonna have a board there. So, and that's network. If you know something, then you write on that board. Hey, I know this church does this. I know this community organization does this. I know this. So we'll have that information, and we can pass that information on to the courts, to the precincts, or to other community organizations or nonprofit organizations who need that information.
Yeah. What we were able to, this friend of mine, but he doesn't look like us,
Mm-hmm.
and he donated $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
We took $25,000 and gave it to the program woman
Mm-hmm.
that's administered through Concord
Mm-hmm.
to help people with the rent. One of the things that my dad told me, always keep a look open.
Right, right.
It's good to have groceries, but if you don't have a place to live,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even have a stove cooking.
Mhm.
So we have information about under one roof, the men condition, harmony,
Mm-hmm.
those are some resources. If they have the funding
Mm-hmm.
that will assist you with the rent up to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people in my fund that they had to put limits on, but we had cooking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They learned the system.
Mm-hmm.
They come in and have to pay rent in a year, and when they take if that organization take care of their rent for a year, they don't have money left to rent everybody.
Mhm.
So now, they've had to reduce it for 3 months.
Right.
They'll pay you rent for 3 months if you have a job.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that makes sense if you
Right.
have a job. But I'm sitting over here wondering, how do people that's working constantly need help with paying rent?
Well, in addition, one thing we're working on that, and this year, and your listening audience that can help, is in terms of teaching natural literacy.
Mhm.
You know, just because you make money, you don't just spend it.
Mm-hmm.
You plan for it. And I tell people, what my dad taught me, that whatever it costs you to live every month,
Mm-hmm.
you need 7 times that amount put back in the savings. So when the tough time comes, not
Right.
if they come,
Right.
when they come,
Mm-hmm.
you don't pay them.
Right.
Because you have to.
Mhm.
Unknown people.
Right. And
Just look, well, I can't put $5,000.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Ooh, okay.
Unless you pay.
It's there, but I know.
Yeah, shit ain't spending. Hey, we better do hope shots and shout out. Judd, I hope you remember that from the last time. Chris, go ahead and start out with hope shots and shout out.
So my hope shot is that, something was said today through what Judge said, what Apostle said, what Big Rich said, what I said. Something was said today that can help you further on your journey, whatever your journey may look like. We know that the struggle is real. We know mental health is real, but we also know that there is help out there. And my shout out is going to be to the judge. Thank you for coming back and being with us again.
I was looking forward to it. I thought I said something the last time that he didn't want me to come.
No, you know you coming back. You coming back good. Give us a hope shot and shout out.
Hope is that our community will come together and to work together, not just talk about it, but to do something about
Mm-hmm.
it. And we need to help. Our community, when I say we, that includes me. I say
Mhm.
y'all, I say we.
Yeah.
We need help. So, and hope is that even with you,
Mhm.
be part of the
Mhm.
Who you shouting out to, man?
my staff, did work tomorrow.
Don't call me. Bill, work tomorrow.
The judge has spoken, be at work tomorrow, y'all. I'm in on it.
Period.
So today, I think I'm gonna leave on a positive note. Iron sharpens iron. If you feel like you're not getting to where you need to be, maybe evaluating who you're around needs to become a priority, because you are as good as the people that are around you. And I am surrounded by some good people, some good-hearted people.
Mhm.
All y'all. One, I don't just look at any of y'all as resources. I look at y'all as outlets.
Mhm.
Because if I can just plug into you
Mm-hmm.
and get just a little bit,
Mhm.
I can go with a whole lot. And so I thank God for each and every one of y'all, because this continues to get better and greater. And I just love when you come to the
That's
show,
funny.
because you bring so much knowledge and expertise to the panel, and it helps us.
Yeah. You gotta open the invitation. You gotta open the invitation.
But I want to give a shout out tonight to my son, who's here in the studio live with us.
Mhm.
It is good to have my seed in the building, for
Mhm.
him to see the works that his mom is actually putting
Mhm.
forth, because we went through some rough patches in life.
Mhm.
We went through some struggles and some hard times. But by the grace of God, prayer, faith, we are on our way to bigger and better. And I'm excited for him to be here to witness this.
Already.
Well,
Excited for you.
you kind of took what I was gonna say, and we gotta be around, like you said, the old people. I can't be around the people that just not. I just can't. And I say this, don't mean I'm better than them, but I'm trying to get some. I'm just trying to get some. I want to go further. I want to do more. So I gotta talk to people who are already there.
Right.
Who are already there. And and I, you know, ask for help. Help is great,
Mhm.
you know, and don't question help when help get there.
Mhm.
You know, don't do that. Don't tell help how to help you. Let help you. I think, and I just see that all the time. I see it all the time, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the program I'm in. I'm grateful for all y'all. Be on time.
I understand. I understand.
And I want to give a shout out, one to my wife. She's just great. She puts up with me. Give a shout out to my man Bishop Johnson. We gonna hear a word from him later on. And man, it's just great. It's just great that today when you call people, they answer the phone. And I was gonna ask you that when I called you. When you told me you were in Oklahoma, I was gonna ask, man, you at the casino. I was gonna ask you that. Hey, I was like, man, you at the casino. I'm thinking you on a conference or something. You up there having a good time. You at the food.
Come stay out your meeting. You out there trying to
Right.
come stay out your meeting.
All right.
We mentioned about the association that you're with when I was growing up.
Mhm.
The old folks used to say, birds of a feather flock together.
Mhm. I'm on the same.
Who you associate with, who you hang around with, is a good indicator of the type of person that you are. And so you got to be careful.
Mhm.
You choose to hang around.
Mhm. Right. All right. Say, y'all, we finna get out of here. We got an after show coming. We gotta let the judge get out of here, a busy man. And say we will see y'all next week. All right. Peace.